Severe flooding inundates cropland and results in a multi-million-dollar agriculture disaster.
We're no strangers to floods, but this is by far worse than anything I've ever seen in my 22 years back here farming.
Perry Galloway farms and runs an agriculture aviation business in the community of Gregory, south of Augusta. While some who live and farm in East Arkansas escaped the effects of this historic flood, many did not, and its impact will be felt for a long time.
50% of my flying customers have acreage underwater to all extents, from a little to 100% of their farms are gone. And they had, at all different stages of their spring planting, they were either, one particular customer was 100% through, and he's lost it all.
More than 1 million acres of cropland were underwater in mid-May. Damage to crops and forage was estimated at more than $500 million. That total is expected to climb as damage to equipment, input items, and rural infrastructure is factored in.
We've got road damage. We've obviously got river levee damage. We've probably lost bridges out there on individual levels. We've seen grain bins with flooding in them, farm shops flooded, farm equipment flooded, and the list just goes on and on and on. And certainly some of these farmers have even had their own personal homes flooded. So we've got a whole lot of issues out there that we've just touched the surface of.
Up to 300,000 acres of rice is expected to be lost, along with corn, cotton, wheat, and grain sorghum. Once the water recedes, much of that is expected to be shifted to soybeans. But favorable prices for grain crops may lead some farmers to take risks they might not normally take.
Generally, our ag commodity prices are in a pretty good position right now. They're fairly high. And I think what that will probably cause people to do as we get into a later and later planting season, as these floodwaters come off, you probably see a little bit increase in terms of the risk people are willing to take out there. So they go back in and try to get rice in late, as they try to even get corn in late. And we're hearing that some of that may occur even now.
The planting window for soybeans is much wider than that for other crops. The risks for late planted crops include early frost, insect and disease pressure, and yield loss. But farmers are resilient, and as fields dry out, they're getting their crops in with hopes of a favorable harvest.